Hey everyone, welcome back to Efficient Gaming. So today is update day. The Witcher Monster Slayer has introduced update 1.1 today and we're going to go through the patch notes. So check it out. Okay, so first off, they've actually changed the What's New section, which is what we're going to be reading the patch notes in. The first thing we're going to look at is this More section up the top. I like the changes to this section. It's a little bit more interesting. We've got an image in there now, whereas before we just literally had patch notes read out one by one, which to be honest was not a problem. They've also got some cool links up here with this first home button actually linking to a website that was quite new to me and has got quite a bit of info on it about updates and things like that, so that's quite useful. But we'll just start reading through this. So, new challenges starting today, which is literally today when I'm releasing the video. Starting today, Master Witcher will have a series of timed quests for you that will change with the start of every monster week. The quests will alternate between new and well-known creatures from the bestiary. Depending on the type of the monster, the task will concern a class, a rare, a legendary. I think they mean a common, a rare, a legendary, or an all-new creature whose type will remain a mystery until the challenges connected to that particular creature begin. So what they're saying is no advance warning on the things that are coming up, which means we don't get to prepare any extra things like Witcher oils or potions for that week, but that's fine because they're not too hard to brew, so that's all good. What's new in the update? In addition to Monster Weeks and the new Time tab where you'll find Monster Quests and Event Quests, the update introduces an extensive What's New section, which is what we're reading through now, where you'll find all the game's top news. So I think this is something they're going to update quite a bit more often, which is great. A new change has also been introduced to stamp rewards. You will now earn a stamp for killing the first monster of the day. This is opposed to doing one of the daily quests per day. After claiming 5 stamps, your diligent work will be rewarded with a free summoning scroll, which is probably not as good as the weekly rewards used to be, but that's still cool. The weather and time functionality has also been improved. Now, pressing the weather icon will display a lot more information, such as the exact hour and more. So this was one of the tips that I had for doing things like the Dawnbringer quest before. It was up here, this weather icon, so you'd be able to tell what time of day it was based on this icon. So it had separate images for dawn, dusk, day and night. So at the moment we're in night. If I click on it, it actually shows us the images for dawn, dusk, day and night, and it tells us exactly how long until dawn begins in our area, which is potentially very useful for tasks like that. So it's so much easier for those tasks, and that's going to be a great thing going forward. And we're now going to read the actual What's New. So, What's New 110. Greetings Witchers, we're happy to introduce the 1.1.0 update. We're introducing PAD, P-A-D, which divides the game into modules delivered in 3 ways: during installation, after installation, and on demand. While in the store you'll download the base module, please be aware that extra data will need to be downloaded after downloading the game. Connecting to a Wi-Fi network is recommended. Yes, so the actual game update from the Play Store today was about 400 meg, and the update that was required after you downloaded that update, when upon launching the game, was another about 1.8 gigabytes for me. So that is significant, and I would definitely recommend doing that at home on the Wi-Fi. I can't say whether this is a good or a bad thing. It's probably good because if they're doing it, then they feel the need to do that, and maybe it means they can push different kinds of updates that might not require maintenance. We're introducing a new monster distribution system. Every 2 weeks a new monster will join the game. So they've updated the bestiary. The whole update is ready and has supported this, but the monsters obviously aren't out in the wild yet for you to catch. So this is how they're releasing it. Which is actually quite a good call, because this is what I suggested in my previous video when we had just the gameplay trailer for this update. Is pretty much how I suggested it would happen. We wouldn't get all the new monsters at once, they'd be released as part of these weekly things. So go me. We've added new weather system information where you can now see the time of day. Yep, we just showed you that before. We've redesigned the What's New system so that all the latest news can be found directly in the game. Yep, that's what we're reading now. We've added timed tasks. Each week you will be faced with new challenges. So let's have a quick look at these timed tasks. Now, I've got a separate video on this already going out for this week's specifics time tasks to do with the were-rats. And some hints and tips for that, so we won't go into any of that now, but this is just our new interface for this. So it's in the same section that the daily tasks used to be in. The daily tasks will still remain there, and we'll get to that in a minute, but this is our time task. So you will get, well, this week we've had 6 requirements for completing all of the time tasks. All of them are to do with the monster of the week, which for this week is the were-rat. And I've already completed some of them. Some of them were a bit difficult, some of them are hard, and we get some pretty cool rewards at the end of the week if you manage to complete them all. So that's a very good and interesting update. It's almost, I'm going to go as far as saying, like, they're giving away too much free gold now. Now, bear in mind, any game that we enjoy needs a development community behind it so that we get more things out of the game. And if no one spends money on the game because they're giving away too much free gold, then they have no incentive to develop it because they're not making any money out of it. Everything's a business. Everything needs to make money. So I kind of expect to see some nerfs to the gold distribution from this, especially combined with some of the other things that have been added a bit further on in the patch notes. But this is our time task, and we'll get more about those in a bit. So let's go back to our news. We've added the daily hunt, where you can kill monsters and collect 5 stamps to claim a summoning scroll. You can earn 1 stamp per day. So that's what we were talking about before. This appears in the daily tasks section. Up here is the daily hunt, but it is not based on actually completing tasks now. It is based on killing monsters. So the first monster that you kill per day, as long as you kill 1 monster every day, it will fill in these requirements, and at the end of 5 you get a summoning scroll, which is again quite useful, spawns quite a few more monsters. We've updated daily contracts. You will now receive 3 contracts instead of 1 per day. Now, combined with the extra gold that we're getting per week plus these, previously you used to be able to get somewhere in between 50 and 100 gold per day. Now, this is a task that I had left over that I wasn't able to complete before the thing, which is now bugged out. No matter how many times I press this button, it still won't claim. So I'm going to leave this maybe a day or 2, and if it doesn't fix itself by then, I'll just delete the task because you're supposed to be getting 3 new ones every day, and at the moment that's in the way of doing that. I did still manage to get 3 tasks today, and I have already completed them all. And again, this is why I think maybe they're giving away too much gold now, because with 3 tasks that's at least, say, minimum of 50 gold each, they go 50, 80 or 100 if you're lucky. 50 gold every day times 3 plus 500 gold at the end of the week. So even if every single task that you receive is the minimum 50 gold per day, we are looking at 1,050 gold in a week, plus the additional 500 on top of that. That's 1,500 gold a week. Now, some of the items in the shop, if we go and look at those, the cheaper ones are only just over that. So in a week, you'll be able to, if you haven't already got one, you'll be able to afford nearly afford a silver sword. So this is going to very much speed up people's shop buying abilities. But maybe that's their intention. Maybe they want people to spend more gold and get used to spending gold, so that when the time comes and we need to spend even more gold, because they give us some nice difficult events that require lots of potions and things to complete, we won't be completely against putting a little bit of our own money in just to get those benefits out of the additional potions and stuff. So we're nearly through. We've added fresh herbs to Thorstein's offer. It gives you a bundle of fresh herbs. Alright, let's go check that. Squall, orchid oil, moon dust, range scroll ingredients, experience, fresh herbs. Right, so presumably if you are unable to pick these up off of the map, if you're in an area where they're just not spawning for you, it's giving you the option to pick some of these up from the shop for not very much gold. So even though you might feel at a disadvantage having to spend gold, they're giving us so much more gold per day that spending a little bit on some herbs, if for some reason you are desperate for them, is not going to be that much at the end of the world. With just the basic gold that you get per day, if you get 50 gold for each of your 3 tasks and you complete all 3 tasks, then you're going to have the option to buy up to 10 of these, so that's quite good. We've added a lesser summoning scroll to Thorstein's offer. It spawns 3 random common monsters around your character. Now I'm not going to go in the shop and look for that because we already know what the summoning scroll does, and this is a lesson summoning scroll, and it's given a pretty good example of what that does there. I probably won't be buying any of those because lesser monsters are not something that I feel that I need. Especially if you have a look at the spawns that are around me. I've got plenty of monsters available in my range. And finally, we've fixed the bug in the Sword in the Stone quest where the quest failed to trigger the Return to the Sword at Dawn phase. So that's going to be a great help for anyone who was stuck on that. I know some people had asked me about this in my video on the Sword in the Stone quest. So hopefully that is an answer for you now and they've actually fixed it. It was a bug. Alright, so that's everything in the what's new. Let's have a quick look at this week's monster, the Were-Rat. So even though it hasn't signed off the bottom from Master Witcher, I imagine that's something that they just left out. It reads like it comes from the Master Witcher. Listen, Witcher. I've heard some rumours that never before seen wild were-rats have appeared in a spreading. Track them down and face these cursed creatures. That's actually quite a good play on words because they're from the cursed class. You will find tasks relating to them under the time tab. Just tap the daily contracts icon. I have faith in you, Witcher, which is then probably supposed to be signed off by Master Witcher. Alright, so that is all of the new content. I've pointed out the only bug that I have found so far, which is this one, which is annoying, but as I said, it's only a few gold, and we've got so much more gold incoming now. If that doesn't sort itself out in the next couple of days, even though I finished it, I'll just be deleting it and not worrying about it. So yeah, lots of cool and interesting things in the new update. Let me know what you think about the gold situation. I'm sure everyone is going to be happy that there's more gold flowing around, but in terms of longevity of the game, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, only time will tell. I can only give my opinion on that and see how we go. I personally myself have very close to 40,000 gold saved up. I was kind of hoping for some new equipment to come out in one of these updates. It hasn't in this one, but maybe it will in the next, who knows. But otherwise I've got quite a stockpile ready. One of my goals will be to buy everything in the shop at one point, but at the moment I'm keeping it stockpiled for if anything really good and really expensive comes out. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed the patch notes walkthrough. If you have any further questions, let me know in the comments below. If there's enough of them, we'll do another video. Check out my specific video for this week's content on the Were-Rat's time tasks for some tips and tricks on those. And otherwise, stay tuned for more content. We'll catch you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you all for watching, and thanks for your continued support of the channel. The best way to support us would be to hit that subscribe button, which is always in the lower right hand corner of the video, and I've got a big massive one in the center of the screen right now. You'll see on the left one of the videos that I think you'll enjoy most, and on the right you'll see a playlist relating to whatever video series that you're currently watching. Subscribes help our channel the most, as well as interacting with each video, for example commenting below, letting me know your thoughts and what you might want to see next. Please make sure to subscribe, as I make a lot of content and I'm sure you'll find quite a lot of that content interesting to you. But anyway, thanks for watching, have a great day, and we'll catch you later. Bye!